It's been 11 months since the iPhone 14 was officially launched, so I think it's time to review it, to make an updated review on this phone to find out if right now in 2023 it's still a viable and usable phone. As always, we're going to start by talking about the exterior design. One of the strengths of this iPhone, and well, of pretty much all iPhones in general. As you can see, it's made out of aluminum and glass of very good quality with the iconic attention to detail we can see in all Apple products. And that really makes you feel like it's worth the money you've paid for it. But that's not what matters about the iPhone. What matters about the iPhone are the internal components, the processor more specifically. In this case, we have the A15 Bionic chip, which is a little bit disappointing. As many of you know, the 14 Pro has the A16 Bionic, and for some reason, Apple chose to not include that processor here. They chose to include the A15, which is the processor from the iPhone 13, which is controversial to say the least, but still it is one of the fastest processors in the world. It is on the top 3 actually for phone processors, and of course the speed and fluidity that you're going to feel when using it are as flagship top tier line as it gets. There's no game that can't be played at maximum settings. There's no application that doesn't open instantaneously. It is as good as it gets. In fact, right now in 2023, it doesn't differ that much from what you can see on the Pro model, on the 14 Pro. Right now, they actually feel pretty much identical. You can only notice the full potential of an iPhone after 3-4 years since it comes out, because that's when Apple manages to squeeze all that performance out of the phone. In the first couple years, they don't really know how to optimize it the right way, so it's pretty much identical to the last year's model or even the 2 years ago model. But anyways, let's move on to the battery, a very positive feature on this phone and a feature that has surprised me greatly for a lot of reasons. But first, before we talk about the battery, something that's even more important. I have to tell you that the iPhone 14 right now has a insanely low price on Amazon. I left a direct link in the description just so if you want to check it out, but I recommend you do because I've never seen it so low. I think it's because the iPhone 15s are right around the corner and they had to lower the prices, but right now I think it's the best time to buy it if you're looking to get a new iPhone. But back to the battery, because as I said, it is a very positive feature on this phone. As you can see in this test, it is better than the one on the iPhone 13, the one on the iPhone 12, and the one on the iPhone 11, which were already very good phones in terms of battery capacity and durability. Apple has been working very hard for the past couple years to make the batteries on their phones not suck, and I think they've done a very good job, because not only they don't suck anymore, but they're also amongst the best in the market right now. But not everything is perfect on this phone. There's some disappointing features, like the display, which is, to be honest, extremely disappointing. It has the same refresh rate, the same brightness, the same size, the same panel, the same color calibration. We can see on the iPhone 13, it is the same panel we had on the iPhone 13, which was the same panel we had on the iPhone 12. And sure, it is a very good panel still till this day, but Apple, you're charging top dollar for these phones, so at least give us the latest features that are available in every other phone from the competition. And I'm talking, yes, about 120 hertz. Why doesn't this $1,000 phone have 120 hertz when there's $300 Xiaomi phones with 120 hertz? Apple is trying to make as much money as possible. I get it. But it is not even that expensive. If a $300 Xiaomi phone has it, it's not that expensive. Put 120 hertz on all of your iPhones. They're all very expensive phones, high-end phones, and they deserve that treatment, Apple. If you don't give 120 hertz to the iPhone 15, I can't do anything about it, but I'll be mad. Very mad. And finally, it is time to talk about the most important part of this review, the camera review. As you can see, I'm recording with the main camera at 4K 30 FPS, and it's very good. Damn, it's getting to a point where you can record like actual decent quality vlogs with your smartphone. They record 4K up to 60 FPS. They look very sharp. A lot of people say it looks the same as the iPhone 13, and I guess it's similar. Of course, it's similar. It's only 1 year apart, but I would say it's better. It's sharper. There's more dynamic range. There's better colors. I'm very pleased with the iPhone 14 in terms of video. And in terms of photo, of course, I know what most people care about are the photos. So I'm going to show you a bunch of photos with some nice background music, zooming in so you can see the details. Oh, and by the way, the iPhone 14 has two cameras, 12 megapixels each, a wide angle and an ultra wide angle. I'm sorry for not saying it before, but anyways, a bunch of photos, nice background music, zooming in so you can see the details, and then I'll come back to give you my conclusions. Let's go. Okay, what did you think? Very impressive results. I guess they're not as good as the Pixel 7s because those have better post-processing, but the dynamic range is out of this world. The detail is out of this world. I'm very impressed. In fact, some people don't know, but these two phones have the same sensors you could find on the iPhone 13 Pro Max, which were very big sensors. That's the reason they have a little bit more background blur than normal phones, and they have a little bit better colors than normal phones. Even the selfie camera, look at this, looks very sharp, more than it should. You can see this little pimple more than you should see it, with more detail. It's almost uncomfortable, just the sharpness of it. I'm very impressed, both with selfie camera and with the normal camera. So yeah, the iPhone 14 has, as a whole, a very good camera system. So, conclusion, the iPhone 14 has a very good processor, a very, very good battery life, and decent upgrade in terms of the camera system. For, as I said, a very good price on Amazon, as best as I've seen it so far. So for everybody that was trying to buy the iPhone 14 or trying to decide if they should buy the 14 or the 13 or wait for the 15, I highly recommend it. If you're looking to get a new phone, get the iPhone 14. That's my advice. The 13 is fine, the 15 is fine, but the 14 is an amazing option, especially right now because of that discounted price.